it feels a little bit like we're in the wild west of AI. 50% or more of their team were already using Dropbox, even though it was a no-no from the company. He uses two laptops at work, the work one and his own one. Your staff are probably already using these tools anyway, whether you want them to or not. So at the moment, it feels a little bit like we're in the wild west of AI. You've got the pioneers driving forward. They're looking at all the latest tech. They're talking to you about Claude Code, about vibe coding, about skills and agents. And there's too much, right? There's lots going on. And from a business's perspective, it really can feel like the Wild West. You might have the IT department telling you that they have to lock everything down. It's got to be Copilot because it's simpler pricing, it's licensing from Microsoft, it's Microsoft. You've then got kind of the legal side of things. They're saying, well, look, we've got to be very careful about what we do here. There need to be guardrails, there need to be policies, governance. So before we do that, we need to lock everything down, stop anyone using anything, and that way we can keep control of it. You've got the board or the owners saying, wow, we need to drive forward with this. We are the pioneers in the Wild West. We've got to, do the latest thing, and we've got to stay ahead of our competition. But on the other hand, you've got businesses that are saying, whoa, you know what? We're going to hold off. We're not going to do anything at the moment. We're just going to wait and see how the land lies, and then take things slowly. And to use another analogy, not just the Wild West, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about Dropbox. So in my other business, we were one of the first UK partners for Dropbox. And people were very wary about cloud. You've got to remind yourself that 15, 20 years ago, people were scared of the cloud. They didn't trust it, a little bit like AI. And so they were very wary about things like Dropbox. But what Dropbox had was a really clever tool, because Dropbox knew that people were using it, but the businesses and the people that ran the businesses maybe didn't trust that people were not going to use it. So Dropbox had a tool that would basically search a domain name like abclimited.com, and it would show you how many people had set up Dropbox accounts on that domain. And not only that, without showing you what was in them, because it was all encrypted, what it could show you is how many of those files were Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, PowerPoint presentations. And it was shocking. You'd go into a business and you'd see that 50% or more of their team were already using Dropbox, even though it was a no-no from the company. And the same thing really applies with AI here. I'll give you another example. I was speaking to someone recently who's a senior guy, works in a very, very large organization. And in his exact words, he uses two laptops at work, the work one and his own one. He assures me he would only put into the personal one things like Claude and ChatGPT, things that are available in the public domain. But the organization is so large and locked down, it won't allow him to use all these tools. So he uses his own laptop to use these tools to do the work. And that's the point here. There is no right or wrong at the moment, and it's all a little bit crazy. And the only way that you're going to be able to find a way to manage all of this is by having a map, having a direction, and knowing where you're going. That map is going to be made up of the policies, it's going to be made up of the people that work for you, what they need to do, what they can do. It's going to be the strategy of the business and obviously the technology. But you need to start looking at it holistically to see how the whole thing joins up together. Because if you don't, just like Dropbox, your staff are probably already using these tools anyway, whether you want them to or not. They've probably got some amazing ideas and things that they want to do. So you need to capture that and you need to use that, but in a controlled and compliant way to enable your business to drive forward and for you to be like the pioneers. Thanks.